geometry students to part one of your review sheet. Part one will cover this part right here, and part two will cover this part here, okay? So this video is part one of your review sheet, and so let's go ahead and get started with page 354, numbers 9 through 16, and numbers 25 through 28. Here we go. Excuse me. Alright guys, if you'll look in your book at numbers 9 through 12, the directions say to take point A, and it's going to be translated by the vector and then reflected in the given line to produce A prime. Sketch A and then sketch A prime. So here we go. First of all, A is right here, 4, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then positive 2. So there's A right there. Okay, now they want us to move it negative 3, negative 3. So this point will go negative 3, so to the left, 1, 2, 3, and then down. So 1, 2, 3. So there, I translate the dot, negative 3, negative 3. Then they want you to reflect this dot in the line y equals x. Now remember, I've told you the line y equals x goes to the origin, and it goes through 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, negative 1, negative 1, negative 2, negative 2, etc., etc. So there's the line y equals x, okay? Now they want us to reflect this or flip this around this line. So I go from here to here is 1. So then I go across 1. So the reflection would be right here. Remember, it's not a rotation. Nothing is being spun around or twisted. It's being reflected in this line right here. Okay? Alright, let's take a look at number 10. Alright, number 10. The point is negative 3, 5. So negative 3, 5. Okay, so there we go. So there's A. Now the line, well, first of all, the vector they want us to move this point is 0, negative 4. So I'm going to go to the left and the right, 0, and then down negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there I've translated the vector down 4. Now the line they want us to reflect this point in is y equals 0. Now if you remember, y equals 0 is a horizontal line that passes through the y-axis at 0. Y equals 0. So this line right here is called y equals 0. It's also called the x-axis, same thing. Now we're going to rotate, we're going to reflect this point in this line. So if it's 1 unit from the line this direction, then I go 1 unit this direction and put the point right there. Okay, so there's A prime. So I took my A and I translated it 0, negative 4 to here. Then I reflected it in the line y equals 0. Okay, alright, moving on to number 11. Alright, number 11 says my point is negative 8, negative 6. So here's negative 8, and then down to negative 6 right here. So there's A. Now I'm going to translate that point 12, 0, so up 12, and then over 0, so up 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I go up 12, and then I don't go to the left or right at all. So there I did my translation. Now they want us to reflect this point right here in the line x equals 0. Well guys, the line x equals 0 is a vertical line that passes through the x-axis at 0. So this line right here is x equals 0. This is also your what axis? Your y-axis. Okay, now if I'm going to reflect this point in this line here, then I simply count how many points over I am, 8, and then go this direction over here, 8. So there's the reflection right there, A prime. Okay, there's the reflection. So here to over here. Okay, and then lastly, number 12. Let's see, the point they give us is 1, negative 5. So there's my initial point, 1, negative 5, okay? Now I'm going to move it negative 4, 4, so negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there I've moved it to here. Now I'm going to take this point right here. This point here, I'm going to reflect it in the line y equals negative x right here. Now remember, y equals x is this line here, okay? Y equals negative x is this line here, okay? Now, this point here, if I'm going to reflect this point in this line, then I have to draw a perpendicular line. Let's see, 1 unit, 2 units, and then go the same direction this way. 1 diagonal, 2 diagonal, so there it is. There's my A prime right there, okay? So I reflected it in this line right here. Alright, let's take a look at numbers 12 through, or numbers 13 through 16. Now, these are pretty tough, so please pay attention and hang with me, okay? Here we go. Now, we're gonna take, remember, first of all, blue is your pre-image, okay? So, they want us to find one of these figures. Move it so many figures, so many units, and then reflect it in the given line and see if we get the red figure. So, as I look at this, there's no way, and actually I'm going to do something here to make it a little easier for everyone. I really don't want these points to go away. Hold on a second here. Okay. Alright, now, let's start with this one here. Yeah, see, I can't pull that away, I don't think. No, okay. Now watch carefully, students. Here's my pre-image, my blue image. That's my pre-image, okay? If I were to take that and move it 4, 0, 4 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And move it, over here like this. And then reflect it in the line y equals 0. It would not land on top of that red object at all. Here's y equals 0 right here. If you were to reflect this object here, it would fall over here somewhere. So that's not going to work, okay? Let's take a look now at letter B. Let's take this object here. We're going to move it 4 to the right. So we would go this direction here. 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. And then, so I took this blue figure here, and I moved it 4, 0. And now the reflection y equals 0 is this line here. If I were to reflect this object in this line here, it definitely would not land on top of the red object. So I know it's not the first two pictures, okay? So number 13 is not A or B. Now let's take a look at this one here. Okay, if I take this one here and move it 4, 0, it would be, my blue figure move it 4, 0, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd have a point here, and then a point here. Like that, okay? So I took this blue figure and I moved it 4, 0, okay? Now, if I reflect it in the line y equals 0, remember this is the line here, y equals 0. Okay, y equals 0 is a horizontal line going through the x-axis or going through the y-axis 0. If I were to reflect this, or flip it or reflect it in the y-axis, would not this triangle here fall right on top of this triangle here? Of course it would, guys. If you took this piece of paper and folded it right here, this triangle here would land on top of this triangle here. So letter C is the answer to number 13. Letter C, okay? So C is, or has been used. We'll cross it off. And the answer would be letter C, okay? Now moving on to letter B, or excuse me, number 14. Let's see here, hold on one second. Okay, we've used letter C. Now, let's take a look now at letter, or number 14. Okay, we're now looking for a figure that we're going to move to the right for. Okay, 0, 4. So in other words, it's going to go up 4. So this point here will go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that point will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. This point will be here. This point here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this point here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's the figure right here. Now, students, it says reflected in the line x equals 0. So the line x equals 0 is this line right here, vertical. X equals 0 is a vertical line going through x equals 0. Okay, now students, think about it. This is the one I want. If I were to reflect this red object here in the y-axis, if I could flip it around, then this little triangle here would fall right on top of this triangle right here, and this part from here to here to here would fall right on top of this right here. Okay, so that is the correct answer. It's going to be letter A for number 14. Okay, letter A. Alright, moving on to number 15. Alright, let's take a look at number 15. Now number 15 is, you have a vector negative 3, negative 3, and then you're going to reflect it in the line y equals x. Alright, let's start over here with letter B. Remember, we've already used A, so now we're on to letter B, okay? Well, first of all, we're going to take our pre-image, blue, and move it negative 3, negative 3. So this point here would be 1, 2, 3, then down 1, 2, 3. This point would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this point here would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there we go. Now, next, let's take this figure and let's reflect it in the line y equals x. Okay, now remember, y equals x is this line right here. And guys, look, it's perfect. If you were to fold this sheet of paper right in the green line, this triangle here would fall right on top of this triangle here. So, letter B is the answer to number 15. Letter B, okay? Letter B. And then lastly, let's take a look at number 16, and obviously number 16 has to go with D, okay? So I'll quickly do that for you, but it's obvious it has to be D. Take your pre-image P right here, move it negative 1, positive 1, so 1 to the left, up 1, 1 to the left, up 1, 1 to the left, up 1, and 1 to the left, up 1, okay? So there's my new translated figure. Translated means I've just moved it around. Now we're going to reflect it in the line y equals negative x, okay? So here's y equals negative x right here. Now remember, if we do this correctly, here's what's going to happen. Remember, students, we draw a perpendicular line. I'll use a different color here. Perpendicular line. So it's 1, and then a half, and then a half, and then a 1. So this point here would land right here. And this point here would be, we go 1 diagonal and then a half. And let's see. Yeah, that's right. And then a half, and then a 1. So this point here would land right here. It looks pretty good so far. This point here is in the exact same line. It's going to be 1, 2 and a half. So a half, then 1, then 2. So this point here would land right here. And then this point here, I'm going to draw this line. This point here would be 1, 2, 3. So then we'll go 1, 2, 3 right there. So it's perfect, guys. There it is. It's perfect. If you were to reflect this green figure here in the line y equals negative x, it'll fall right on top of this red here. So the answer to number 16 is D. Okay? Alright, let's move on to our last four. Notice, students, on the last four, they already have the answers for you right here. Okay? There's nothing I can do about that. It's just the teacher's edition book that I have. So I'm going to ask you to ignore that the answers are there and just watch how I work these, okay? They want us to sketch the image of the indicated glide reflection. So here we go. First of all, we're going to take this triangle and move it 0, -3. So this point goes down 1, 2, 3. This point here goes down 1, 2, 3. And this point here goes down 1, 2, 3. So there. Now please watch this carefully, students. Next, they want us to reflect it in the y-axis. Now here's your y-axis, okay? Please think about this for a second, students. If we were to fold this paper right in half on this line, this little triangle here would fall right on top of this triangle here. That's obvious. And this whole shape, the shape here going up, coming down and going over would fall right on top of this shape here. Going over and then up and then down. Okay, so that's why the answer would be this triangle right here, this red triangle, is a reflection of this triangle here, because you're basically rotating it, not rotating, you're flipping it around this y-axis. So if you flipped it around the y-axis, this part here would go right here, and this part from here to here would go from here to here, okay? So it would look something like this. It would fall right here. Okay. Alright, number 26. We're going to take this blue pre-image and move it 0, 2. So 0 means we don't go left or right, we go up 2. So this point would become here, this point would become here, this point would become here, and this point would become here. Okay, so there's my figure. Now, next they want us to rotate it or reflect it in the line x equals -2. Now students, x equals -2 is a vertical line, okay? It's a vertical line that goes through x equals -2. So here's the line right here. Now students, you think about this. If you took this figure and flipped it on this line, this triangle right here would flip over and lie right here, okay? That's easy to see. And then this part right here, like this, would flip over and go from right here all the way down to here. So that is why the answer is this shape right here. Okay, students, let's go ahead and move on now to numbers 26 and 27, all right? And here we go. Alright, now number 27. Okay, we're going to take this blue figure and move it 4, 0, so up 4. So this point here would be 1, 2, 3, 4. This point here would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And this point here would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Then next, they want us to reflect it in the x-axis, okay? And actually I did that incorrect. It didn't look right. I apologize. It's supposed to be 4, 0, so I'm going to move it 4 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. And I still don't think that's right. Let me look at this for a second here, guys. I don't see how that would be right at all. I think they meant to go -4, maybe. No, that is correct. So there's my figure. Now, I moved it 4 units to the right. Now we're going to reflect this in the x-axis. Now students, come on, think about this. See this part of the drawing right here? If I were to flip that around the y-axis, this part right here would fall right on this part right here, totally, okay? And then this part here above the x-axis, if I were to flip that down, would fall right here and here and here, okay? So that is why the answer would then be this red figure right here, okay? Alright, lastly, take this blue figure. We're going to move it -5, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, equals 3 is right here, a horizontal line going through us. This is really easy here, guys. Anyone can see this. If you take this figure here and flip it around this red line, it's going to fall right here. It's going to land right here. And so that's why your answer is that red figure right there, okay? So your answer would be that right there, okay? I hope this part 1 has been helped to you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call or email.